This explains a lot in regards to the New York Jets, as we have learned a whole lot more about the situation between Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson and what ultimately led to the Jets deciding on signing Justin Fields in a move that Aaron Glenn has spoken out on a ton, sort of indicating that he never wanted to coach Aaron Rodgers, which does make sense with the Jets' decision to let Rodgers go. And on top of that, why Jets fans should have more hope on this season despite the difference in what the talent looks like on paper. And we're going to break all this down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Jets Digest. It's Chris and Matt here, and we're going to jump right into things. As always, if you guys are part of that 62% that's not subscribed to Jets Digest, make sure to subscribe. Guys, we're having a bunch of fun on this channel. We got videos every day. You do not want to miss out on all the great Jets content. And if you do, then Matt will be outside your window with a microphone saying a bunch of Jets content, but like really weird stuff that nobody wants to hear about. So like it might be dark and mysterious sometimes as well. So you want to make sure to not get that in. But in regards to the New York Jets, as we know, former New York Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers, still feels weird to say, is now with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And there's been a lot going on with Rodgers. The Steelers cannot stay out of the media. Aaron Rodgers is saying, well, everyone's so focused on my life. Can't you just have common human decency and not do this and not do that? And then saying, why are people saying I'm not married when he's wearing a wedding ring? And according to the public record, he's not married. It's the Aaron Rodgers experience is what's happening in Pittsburgh right now, Matt. The entire Aaron Rodgers experience that we learned really well over the last 2 years is in full force in Pittsburgh already. Meanwhile, the New York Jets are a completely different organization right now. They took former Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Justin Fields off of Pittsburgh and brought him into New York, where things look a whole lot different for the Jets. Obviously, as well, Aaron Glenn, the Jets head coach, is new here, and he's helping change the tune of this entire culture as well, while Garrett Wilson has stuck around for another year despite last year's madness and the Jets' constant lack of success throughout his career thus far. Now, diving into Zach Rosenblatt's breakdown on all this, he said that the way Justin Fields operates in between those moments is a lot quieter than what the Jets are used to. That's exactly what Aaron Glenn wants out of his quarterback and why he was their number one target when they quickly decided Rodgers wasn't going to be a fit for their new program. And on top of that, Aaron Glenn spoke out on Justin Fields saying he's not trying to be the celebrity quarterback. He's just trying to be himself. And whatever comes with that, it comes with it. So he's not trying to impress anybody. He's going out there and he's busting his ass to try to be the best quarterback he can be for this team. Everybody sees that, and I like that. So obviously, Matt, Aaron Rodgers was not a fit for the New York Jets. And, well, as we know, we're seeing a new approach to this Jets culture, and with the change that's going on here, it's clear that Aaron Rodgers, even though he did have a statistically good season, minus the wins, he wasn't good for the Jets.
No, I mean, yeah, everyone likes to bring up the fact that his stats were comparable to Josh Allen, but somehow Josh Allen won MVP and Aaron Rodgers wasn't at all in that conversation. So if you are someone who's bringing up the stats with Josh Allen and Aaron Rodgers, you got to remember Josh Allen also runs the ball and he also wins football games. So they were not close. But Justin Fields is in here now. He is reportedly working harder than Aaron Rodgers was last year, which is perfect to hear. We know Justin Fields is a significantly better fit for this new New York Jets regime, because before you become a quality franchise, you have to start acting like a quality franchise, and that's what they're doing right now. Justin Fields, he's not a good quarterback yet, but he's taking the right steps to becoming a good quarterback, and it starts with putting your head down and just doing the work. He's not in the media for anything. Yeah, that's exactly what Aaron Glenn's looking for. Aaron Glenn has preached move in silence. That's exactly what this Jets team is doing currently. We see the Pittsburgh Steelers are usually a move in silence type of program, but this year they are in the media. I think I've seen them like 4 out of 5 days on morning talk shows. There was an Aaron Rodgers quote or Aaron Rodgers story about the Pittsburgh Steelers, a team that's not usually there. I'm just glad that the Jets don't have to deal with that circus anymore. Obviously, that should have gone better than it did, but now it's time to move on with Justin Fields. He's our quarterback for at least this year. We got to figure out what we got in Justin Fields, and we got to figure out whoever is joining this team for this year, next year, the year after that. Any year that Aaron Glenn is on the team, we know that they're going to be team football-oriented guys instead of big-time media personalities. It's one of the reasons why Shedeur Sanders wouldn't be a great fit for this football team. That's why, even though he would have been a great value in the 3rd round or the 4th round, or even a trade up in the 5th round, Aaron Glenn decided to stay away from Shedeur Sanders. He wanted to make sure that Justin Fields felt fully supported as the quarterback for the New York Jets. Justin Fields, now he's finally back with his college center and his college wide receiver 1 in Garrett Wilson. He is primed for I don't want to say bounce back season because he's not bouncing back from anything, but he is primed to have just another chance at proving himself to be a franchise quarterback in the NFL. We know he likes to run the ball a lot. He's really good in fantasy. We're going to find out just how good he is in real life. But if you were playing fantasy football, I think he'd be a really good player to trade for this year specifically.
Yeah, me and Matt are in the process of a 3-team trade right now in the Dynasty League, so that's why he brought that one up, but also because Matt is a great fantasy football mind. I'm not going to take that away. But, Matt, as we also know, the Rodgers and Wilson thing, the first time Rodgers was on the field last preseason after he was in Egypt and not at OTAs, him and Garrett Wilson got into a pretty televised scuffle where effectively Rodgers was like, you didn't run the correct route, and Garrett Wilson's response is, you should have been here so we could have worked on it, and that's kind of what happened. And Rosenblatt mentioned this. As we know, by the end of last season, Wilson and Rodgers weren't exactly the best of friends. A relationship that started with promise ended with each other taking subtle shots at each other in press conferences. Privately, Rodgers complained about Wilson's tendency to freelance on routes, and there was frustration from Wilson and others about how Rodgers was funneling targets to Davante Adams, shying away from running the ball and ignoring Wilson in the red zone. And on top of that, it was mentioned that Fields has won over Wilson before he even stepped foot in Florham Park, but Fields' approach to winning him fans all over the locker room, his leadership style might not be as obvious or forthcoming as it was with Rodgers, but Wilson pushes back on the idea that Fields is not vocal. So the whole thought is, well, maybe Justin Fields is not vocal. He doesn't have to say something every 5 minutes to be a leader. He has to say something when he has to be a leader, and he's doing things right. Justin Fields is known to be an excellent leader and an excellent voice in the locker room. This has been talked about from Garrett Wilson and from dozens of his teammates at Ohio State and prior in even last season when, I mean, the Steelers players, they wanted Justin Fields to continue to be their starting quarterback over Russell Wilson. So it became this situation where clearly I almost called him Zach Wilson now. Clearly, Justin Fields has been a good voice. It's why the Jets wanted him. And in fact, Matt, the Steelers wanted Justin Fields. They didn't want Aaron Rodgers. They wanted Justin Fields back. And Fields said, nah, y'all benched me for a guy who wasn't even wanted in this locker room over me. So I'm out. I'm going to New York where I'll be the unquestioned starter.
Yeah, so the Steelers, their first option was Justin Fields, but the New York Jets were able to pry Justin away from the Pittsburgh Steelers. That feels pretty good that the Jets can earn a free agent like that. Usually, we are the team that gets the players that no other team wants. We get the guys at the end of the line. We don't get the younger, exciting players, so it feels pretty good to take him away. But I want to point out the fact, something that you said, with the Chicago Bears, when they had the first overall pick and Caleb Williams, so I saw every single Chicago Bears player that came out and talked about the situation, they all were backing Justin Fields, especially quarterback DJ Moore. They all said that they wanted Justin Fields to come back, and knowing what we heard, it sounded like everyone in that locker room wanted Justin Fields, and everyone praised his leadership even when they weren't winning a lot of football games. And that is definitely something that is giving him brownie points with our new head coach in Aaron Glenn, and that's something that we cannot ignore. But the leadership can only take you so far. Yes, we do need a leader. That's something that we got on Aaron Rodgers over and over and over again last year, because the calling people out at press conferences is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, people say it's hard to take the blame for everything, but somehow Josh Allen can do it. Somehow Patrick Mahomes can do it. Somehow Joe Burrow can do it. Somehow, like Joe Burrow has the 31st best defense in football last year, and it didn't say anything bad about the defense. He just kept talking about how he didn't do enough, and everyone knows that he didn't do enough. After Dalton Kincaid dropped what would have been a first down in the AFC Championship game last year against the Kansas City Chiefs, Josh Allen came out and said he should have thrown him a better pass. Josh Allen was getting hit and was falling away. It was like a 25-yard pass, put it right on Dalton Kincaid's hands, and he still dropped the football. That was not on Josh Allen, but somehow he's still able to come out and take the blame. We need a quarterback who can do that. I mean, I know maybe I'm not gonna say maybe it is difficult. I don't think it is difficult.
It's probably not that hard when you're getting paid that money.
Yeah, I don't think it's that difficult. It's part of the
Neither do
job. No one ever said that being an NFL quarterback was easy. We need a leader.
Yeah. And especially when you're an NFL quarterback, you are the most, for lack of a better word, like covered position in sports. It's just no media is going to cover you. The national media, it is more likely that they'll know the starting quarterback, like any random person will know the starting quarterback of their city than, let's say, the most important position in like basketball is the point guard. If you went up to maybe not New York City because the Jets and the Giants are awful and the Knicks have Jalen Brunson, but like most cities, I mean, you go to, I almost said Seattle, they don't have a basketball team. Like, there's so many places that you could go to, and they're going to know the starting quarterback over anything else if you ask. It's the most popular sport in America by a wide margin. The Super Bowl is the most watched event in America by a wide margin. The second most watched sporting event is usually the AFC or NFC championship. So it's the most popular sport. You are going to be subject to more media scrutiny than anyone else. If you're a leader, you just say, that was on me. I should have been better, and I wasn't, and I will be happy to take the blame for it. It doesn't seem like it's that hard to do, yet Aaron Rodgers couldn't do it because, well, he's nuts, honestly.
If you cannot handle the media coverage that comes with being the quarterback of the New York Jets, do not sign on to be the quarterback of the New York Jets. It's that simple.
Yeah, it is. And guys, if you can't handle the fact that there's only one Jets Digest video a day, let us know. Maybe we'll start making more for you. But maybe you just got to check out the archives. We got great videos out there from the past. If you want to watch those, make sure to subscribe. Turn on those post notifications so you don't miss a single video. Subscribe right now. It's my birthday, and I told you to do so. Do it for the birthday boy. Matt, we'll talk about that trade later. Have a great day, and go Jets. Guys, do I post the trade online? Do I do it? Do I whistle blow the trade? I might have to whistle blow the trade. Justin Fields is involved. So is Christian McCaffrey. I might have to whistle blow.